What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fact vs. Fiction. I'm your host, Jax. All right. And for today's video, seems like there's been some controversy with Druski doing the white face, white body thing, acting like a redneck and being racist. There's some mixed reactions going on. Some people find it funny, some people didn't find it funny, and we're just gonna go ahead and talk about it and give my thoughts and opinions and what have you. Read some of the comments, see how some people feel about it. Also go over one of Ben's takes on it, Ben Shapiro. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and watch this clip real quick.
Here's the love, here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Hey, Suanna.
She's not listening.
Hey, come up. You need to listen to your nana. Go ahead, baby. Girl, you crazy now. Hey, me mom. How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? Good. All right now. Born in the USA now. Hey, you lost, boy?
No, going to the race.
What race?
NASCAR race.
You going to NASCAR?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
You ain't lost, is you?
No, I'm good. I'm going to the race, sir.
Sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Find something safe to do, boy. Yeah. If liquor don't kill us, pussy must.
Some people have been mad. Some people said, haha, this is funny. Haha. Some people have been upset, I think all in all, it's just comedy. I get it. You can get mad at it because it might seem offensive. It's a black man portraying to be a white redneck and being racist towards black people. And then, you've had those in the past there's white people that did blackface in the past, and it's been, at that time, very racist thing to do. And I guess today, since we are in a different era, I'm not going to say it might be as acceptable, but there were some instances where it has been acceptable and people did find it funny when a white man did dress up as a black person. And I will fill you in on that later on. So I'm going to go into the comments right here. So this person says, I think it's funny, but I'm comfortable with my whiteness. Somebody... If a white comedian did this, he'd never have a career again and he'd be known for the rest of his life as a racist. Some of you need to go touch grass like they say, I'm white, racist, and I love it. So this person said he's white, he's racist, and he loves it. All right. So somebody else says racist POS. Somebody else says POS, So there are some people, again, that don't like it. And then there's this guy who seemingly looks like who Druski dressed up as, and he invites him to a roller derby or something like that. So we're gonna watch that real quick.
All right, I seen the Druski white boy skit, and I noticed that he looks familiar. Can't quite put my finger on it. I've seen that guy before. Well, I got the tits and everything. Look, Druski, on October 4th, I'm going to be driving a demolition derby car in Bristol. I'd be honored if you'd come watch. For America, I'm up against like these Australians. And hypothetically, if you wanted to be in that derby, I have not cleared this, but I'm pretty freaking sure we could find you a car. I'm just thinking out loud here, baby. You can come out to my trailer if you want to. I got a camper down there, a real nice one you can stay in. Fucking hire me.
So see, he even invites him out to a demolition derby. Says, "Hey, I love if you come watch. Hey, we can probably get you in a race too. You know, just gotta cross some T's and dot some I's. And on top of that, offers him a place to stay. So obviously, he's a redneck. He loves the stuff. He wasn't mad at it. Then again, you have some people who are ashamed of nothing but offended by everything. So I'm just saying, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into what Matt Walsh has to say. Or sorry, not Matt Walsh, but Ben Shapiro.
Okay, so not Drewski's best work, I'll say that. And before we get to the white phase, the impression isn't funny. It's not a funny bit. I'm not saying that because I'm offended or whatever. It's just not very funny. And it isn't funny because it isn't well observed. It isn't accurate.
I thought it was funny. Doesn't matter if it's accurate or not. But hey, comedy is very subjective. What you might find funny, I might not find funny, and vice versa.
Okay, he's trying to do redneck, but he's obviously never been around rednecks. I mean, he thinks that, rednecks are Bruce Springsteen fans. One thing. I tell you, Druski, not a lot of redneck Springsteen fans out there in the year 2025. I got to tell you. You walk in with around a bunch of rednecks and say, "Hey, how about that Bruce Springsteen, huh?" What do you guys think? Not a lot of Bruce Springsteen fans. But that's he thinks rednecks are Bruce Springsteen fans. He thinks they're vulgar and racist. Oh, that's the entirety of the impression. Rednecks are vulgar, racist Springsteen fans. All he's got. And it couldn't be more off base. And that's not a huge surprise this is a black guy from Columbia, Maryland, so he doesn't have a great read on white country folk. But this was lame, even with those low expectations. And I say this again as someone who generally finds his stuff amusing. One thing about doing an impression, this is something that I think Norm Macdonald talked about, is that to do an impression well, you have to not only have familiarity with the subject of your impression, but also you have to have some affection for the subject or the type of person that you're impersonating. Be some warmth, some affection in the impression, or else it's just kind of low effort mimicry, right? The worst impressions are angry. You can tell the person hates whoever they're doing the impression of. This is why Alec Baldwin's...
That's also very subjective as well, because you don't know who Drewski's been around. You don't know how he grew up. You don't know who he's been affiliated with. You don't know if it was hate impression. You don't know if he has compassion for these types of people. You don't know. So for him to say that doesn't really make any sense, because you can't make that assumption and try to back it up with what somebody else says. But let's go.
Impression, I think, goes down in history as the worst impression of all time. Certainly the worst in the history of SNL, and there have been some really bad ones, so that's saying something. But Baldwin just hated Trump, and you could tell that he was seething. It was like this seething, dark, angry impression, and it wasn't funny. It was uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable watching Skit that Drewski just doesn't like these people, and that's really what is coming through, and so it makes it less funny. And as for the whiteface, look, it's been said now by many people, but I will add my voice to the mix. Yes, if this is okay, if it's okay for a black guy to do whiteface, then it's absolutely okay for a white guy to do blackface. Absolutely okay. And if any white comedian comes along and does that, he shouldn't be condemned.
All right. I'd have to agree with him on that, because we've seen it happen You seen it happen, and people loved it. People liked it. Somebody did somebody did blackface, and they loved it. It was an actor in a movie, and the movie was pretty good. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just play a little clip.
Dang Crook River.
Yes, so? How do you know that? How you sure?
Only one way to find out, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good right now. Seriously, my skin hurts.
Enough from the peanut gallery. Into the water, ladies.
No, man. Let me take a look at that map right quick.
Why is everybody all obsessed with the map?
Because we're tired of being your trail donkeys, acting like you some one-man GPS. God damn it! We lost. We fucking super lost, man. Tell them, McCluskey. Tell them what time it is.
I don't believe you people.
Huh? What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Huh?
I think what Tug
man.
means is you
No,
people,
look at
you
his eyes,
actors,
man.
you people.
Look at that beady white
I gotta get back to the
All right, so that's just a little part of, obviously, if you haven't seen the movie Tropic Thunder, I recommend it. It's a hilarious movie. It came out in 2008, the same year Iron Man came out, played by the same actor. And I don't think it was until like years later when people found out, what? That was Robert Downey Jr. that was playing him? And people, they love it. You still go back and watch it to this day. It's still a funny movie. Just because a white person is playing a black actor. And it worked. It worked for its time. And Drewuski just kind of did the same thing. I mean, we are in the situation where it's more acceptable to be racist towards white people. So I'm thinking he just probably just kind of capitalized on that and just did put his own spin on it.
Or something like that, possibly wisely. And I thought, yeah, I'll do that, and I'll do that after Iron Man. And then I started thinking, this is a terrible idea. Wait a minute. And then I thought, well, hold on, dude. Get real here. Where is your heart? And my heart is, I get to be black for a summer in my mind. So there's something in it for me. The other thing is I get to hold up to nature the insane self-involved hypocrisy of artists and what they think they're allowed to do on occasion. Just my opinion. And also Ben, who is a masterful artist and director, probably the closest thing to a Charlie Chaplin that I've experienced in my lifetime. He writes, he directs, he acts. If you had seen him when he was directing this movie, you would have been like, I'm watching David Lean, I'm watching Chaplin, I'm watching Coppola. He knew exactly what the vision for this was. He executed it. It was impossible to not have it be an offensive nightmare of a movie. And 90% of my black friends are like, dude, that was great.
What about the other 10%?
I can't disagree with them, but I know where my heart was.
Yeah.
And I think that it's never an excuse to do something that is out of place and not of its time. But to me, it was just it was a blasting cap on. And by the way, I think White Chicks came out pretty soon after that. Yeah. And I was like, I love that. Yeah. I was like, that was great. Yeah. So,
Well, it might be the last time we see that, unless things change.
Robert Downey Jr. had his whole little feelings about it at first, and he said, hey, why not take a chance? This could work. And he said, obviously, out of his mouth, it's going to be offensive. But White Chicks actually came out before Tropic Thunder. That came out in 2004, actually. So, and that was a movie that worked too. 2 black guys playing as 2 white girls. And that movie worked. And on top of that, they went undercover playing as Latinos in a store. They were like the owner of the store, something like that.
Look who just flew in from the slums of Beverly Hills.
It's the Beverly Billies.
Squeeze me? Oh, no, you Dick. I'm sorry, but we just saw your new video. Yeah, they had a screening over at Saks Fifth Avenue in the security office. A kleptomaniac.
Your mother shops at Saks.
What? Oh my God! You want to talk about mothers? Oh, you want to talk about mothers? It's mother time. Okay, your mother's so dumb. She went to Dr. Dre for a pap smear. Oh, something's wrong, Dr. Dre. My coochie's doing a beatbox.
Yeah? Well, your mother is so stupid, she exercises when she could just get, like, liposuction or something. Yeah.
Your mother's so old that her breast milk is powdered. You breastfeed like this.
Your mother is so, like...
So yeah. And that's a movie that worked very well. A lot of people loved it, and it's probably one of the best comedy movies out there. So, and I think they were working on a sequel at one point, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, if people want to be mad or offended at what Druski did, cool, that's fine. But there's been plenty of other examples that's happened in recent times where they race swap, and it just kind of works. Sometimes it works. You got the right story, you got the right people, you got the right vision, and it can work, and nobody's gonna really be offended at it. Nobody's really gonna be offended at it if it works. If it can work, it's pretty much all good. You know, I would say there was only one occasion where it didn't work out in this person's benefit, and that was back in 2016, and that was with Drake when he was beefing with Pusha T at the time. That was a picture that was hidden, and Pusha was like, "Oh, boom! Guess what? This this mixed guy who's half white, half black is doing a blackface," and that's only because Drake he's a more fair skin. So for him to have because his face was like completely black, like how they would do, like in the early 1900s. That picture right there, I'm gonna put it up on the screen for y'all. So that's the only time where it didn't work, and it worked for Pusha as far as like the beef wise, but it didn't look so good on Drake's end. So it just all depending on who you are, the time of year it is, pretty much. You got the right story, you got the right people, you know, a vision, you're not trying to really offend anybody, but you want to make it a comedic thing, and you're doing it with the good intent. So whether you love it or hate it, it is what it is. I think we're just kind of at the point where you can do whatever, and some people will love it or some people will hate it, and that's the bottom line. I mean, you guys let me know what you think. Hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode. And guess what? If you're not there, then you are square. So until next time.